Hi, welcome to our Nutrition Month Facebook Live. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm Gina Sunderland, Food and Consumer Relations Specialist with Manitoba Chicken Producers, and I'm joined by my colleague, Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda Nash with the Heart and Stroke Foundation. I work as Nutrition and Health Promotion Manager.
Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to tune in. We're excited because March is Nutrition Month, and anytime you can take time to think about healthy eating, that is good news. And also, Canada's new food guide was recently released, so we thought this was a great opportunity to share ideas about the food guide and how the food guide follows a heart healthy eating plan, and about how important it is to follow the recommendations of Canada's food guide. And we have two super recipes to share with you this evening. They're both heart healthy and delicious, and we know that you're both going to want to make these recipes. So I'm going to start with our chicken, avocado, and melon salad. This is one of our brand new recipes on manitobachicken.ca. It's spring and we can just feel like it's just getting a little warmer outside, so a nice refreshing salad is just a super idea. And this is a main dish salad, Amanda.
And look at those beautiful bright colors.
Yes, so the more colorful your diet is, the healthier your diet is. So the way this recipe works is you start with 3 cups of freshly chopped watermelon.
Can I stir for
you? Smells
you?
good. I'd love it if you could stir for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, that looks great.
And then you add 1 cut up English cucumber. So yes, you can see how colorful it is. It has a beautiful citrus dressing, Amanda.
Beating the winter blues.
Exactly. And a small red onion. And 1 yellow bell pepper. So this has some delicious contrasting flavors, and then it has our superstar protein, our chicken. So chicken is an excellent source of protein, and it's a complete protein. It means it has all the amino acids that your body needs for health. So 2 cups of cubed chicken. I love this recipe because you can use leftover chicken. So when you're cooking chicken, just cook extra, or if you're grilling chicken, cook extra. Okay, and then there's a wonderful dressing. That comes next. So a 1/4 cup of heart healthy canola oil. So can you share a little bit about why canola oil is so heart healthy, Amanda?
For sure. So when we look at our vegetable oils, like canola oil, we know it's an unsaturated fat,
Right.
which is very heart healthy, good for your heart, good for your blood vessels, full of omega-3s.
Right. And one of the most important recommendations with the new Canada's food guide is to reduce your intake of saturated fat, sodium or salt, and sugars. So this fits really well within the food guide. So I always say remember the 3 S's, and you want to keep those to a minimum. And this dressing is so nice and citrusy. There's a 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed orange juice and 3 tablespoons of fresh lime juice. And you just put that together with the canola oil, give it a little whisking. So easy. It comes together so easy. And Amanda, this recipe is just delicious. So we have this recipe as one of our brand new recipes on manitobachicken.ca, and literally hundreds of others, some really great summer salads as we move into the warmer weather. So you just put that dressing on top and toss that nicely. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. And then there's also 1 avocado, another very heart healthy option, again, because of those good omega-3 healthy fats.
That's right.
Yeah, so the avocado goes in at the end just so you don't bruise it.
And then lightly mix it in.
And what gives this salad a beautiful punch is a 1/4 cup of freshly chopped lime leaves and a 1/4 cup of cilantro, and you can just put that on top.
I love mint and cilantro.
And just pair this with some crusty bread, and you've got a full meal deal salad. It's got your protein and your fruits and your veggies.
And it follows that healthy plate from Canada's food guide.
It definitely does.
Starting those fruits and vegetables, healthy protein, and then again pairing with whole grain.
So for those of you that are just tuning in, I'm Gina Sunderland with Manitoba Chicken Producers. I'm joined by
Amanda Nash with the Heart and Stroke Foundation.
And this is our Nutrition Month Facebook Live. And we just want to share with you that just for tuning in to our Facebook Live this evening, we have this terrific prize pack. And we have 2 of these to give away. So for tuning in and commenting or asking us a question, you will be entered to a random draw, and we will direct message our lucky winners 2 of these beautiful Heart and Stroke and Manitoba Chicken Producers prize packs. And now we've got another super recipe.
Right. So that was a wonderful salad that you can use as your entree. But as we know, the Canada's Food Guide does talk about getting more plant-based proteins in your diet as well.
Right.
So choosing those leaner proteins like fish, chicken, nuts, beans more often over some of the higher fat meats has shown to decrease your risk for heart disease, cardiovascular disease, including stroke.
Yeah.
So we're going to look now at how we can get some of those plant-based proteins by looking at beans. And so we're going to make a Mexican bean dip. The recipe can be found on the Heart and Stroke Foundation website, which will be listed in the comment section. And Gina, I'm going to get you to do some mixing and mashing.
I'm super happy to do that. Yeah.
So the best part about this recipe is that it's so versatile. So I'm using some white kidney beans, but you can use regular kidney beans, you could use refried beans, navy beans, whatever you'd like. And so we're using our masher today because I like a chunkier texture, but you can also use your food processor if you want it to be more smooth.
And this is great because you just use canned beans. You just, I saw you open a can of beans and you gave them a little rinse.
That's right. Buying the lower sodium cans is going to be a great option, but then also drain and rinse. Draining and rinsing gets rid of 40% of the sodium that was found in that can.
Oh, fantastic.
So you're still going to get all the health benefits. We're going to add some flavor by adding in some green onion, some cilantro, a little bit of garlic.
Right. Excellent.
And then our spices are cumin and chili powder.
Oh, I love those spices.
It calls for about 1 teaspoon of each. I put in a little bit more because I like the spice a little bit stronger in there. And then to keep with that creamy texture, even though those white beans, the white kidney beans, are nice and soft, I like it to be creamy and chunky. So we're going to add in some yogurt. We're adding some plain yogurt here. You could use regular yogurt or Greek yogurt. And that's going to really help to get the protein up a little bit higher as well.
Right.
So great textures, great protein.
So something we were talking about too, Amanda, is that beans are a good source of protein, but they're not a complete protein, but they do have something really nice in them that some other proteins don't have, is they have a lot of dietary fiber. But you are just going to share a little tip about how to take this protein and turn it into a complete protein.
That's right. So the fiber is excellent. Fiber found from our legumes and our whole grains, our vegetables and our fruits. That's going to help to control your heart health as well by helping to lower your blood cholesterol. But these proteins, like Gina mentioned, it's not a complete protein like we get from the chicken.
That's right.
So the chicken will have all the essential amino acids.
Exactly.
But the beans won't. But that's okay, because what you'll have to do for all those plant-based proteins is just pair them with other proteins to ensure that you're getting that complementary amino acid. Right. So in this case, our beans paired with our whole grains. That's going to give us that complete protein.
Exactly.
It doesn't even have to be eaten at the same meal, as long as it's eaten within the same day.
And there is a recommendation to try and get about 30 grams of protein per meal. So this is 100 grams of cooked chicken breast, Amanda, and that gives your body 30 grams of protein. And that fits nicely within the food guide for about that quarter of a plate. When it comes to some of our plant proteins, you have to eat a larger quantity to get that 30 grams. So this is about 350 grams of our beans, and that would give your body 30 grams of protein. And this is about 30 grams of protein worth of almonds. So it's about just over 1 cup, but you have to watch out for calories when it comes to that.
Yeah. So we do know that those nuts and those seeds are really great for our heart health as well. About a quarter cup would be a serving. A great way to try and get more of these plant-based proteins in is to try and look at your snacks. Things like our bean dip or a handful of almonds can be a great snack.
Yeah. So some of the other really nice recommendations with Canada's Food Guide is eating local, cooking together, enjoying food. And I don't know if I've had a chance to share with you our Manitoba Chicken Producers story yet.
Please share.
Yeah, well, Manitoba Chicken Producers represents 122 chicken farmers. 97% are family-owned and operated farms.
Amazing.
Yes, and chickens are raised indoors in modern, clean barns. They're never raised in cages. Because they're raised in barns, it means we have access to that delicious, protein-rich chicken year-round. And there's never any hormones or steroids used, and all chickens are grain-fed.
That's amazing. Great message to get out there to dispel some of the myths that are out there.
Yeah. So Amanda, maybe you could share a little bit with me. I know that Heart and Stroke was really invested in the development of the new Canada's Food Guide, but can you tell me what else you guys are up to?
Of course. So the Heart and Stroke Foundation is a health charity. We receive no core government funding, and we pride ourselves in investing in life-saving research. We also work to empower Canadians to live healthier lives and educate on how to reduce your risk factors, like we're doing today, because we know that 80% of premature heart disease and stroke can be reduced through lifestyle factors, things like eating a healthy diet. And then when it comes to advocacy, things like the Food Guide, Heart and Stroke Foundation will advocate for healthy programs, healthy public policy, different initiatives that put the health of Canadians at the forefront of what we're doing.
Fantastic. Well, you know, partnerships like this, when we can talk about Canada's Food Guide, how eating local, eating great sources of protein, how to cook together, how to enjoy food together, it just all works so well. So I'm just so happy to have the opportunity to do this Facebook Live with you, Amanda.
Thank you for having me, and I know we could chat all night, but should we open up the floor for some questions?
We're very excited to take questions at this time.
So Colleen asks, could you use avocado in the recipe instead of yogurt?
You could. It might be a funny color, but if you're okay with that, of course you could. So you're going to get that creaminess again. You're not going to get the protein that you would have got from the yogurt, but you will get some of those healthy fats.
Definitely. It'll be kind of like a bean guacamole. I'm kind of like that. I'd like to try that.
Yeah, we have a question from Erica, and she wants to know if there's any seasoning on the chicken in the salad.
Okay, well, you can certainly use any kind of leftover roast chicken, rotisserie chicken, that would have a little bit of seasoning. I love to poach chicken or roast chicken, and you know what, you can use just a little bit of lemon pepper. We have a delicious Manitoba chicken spice at our office. If you'd like to come down, we'd be happy to give you a sample, and just a little goes a long way. With this chicken, it's just very simple roast chicken though. I didn't have to season it at all with that delicious citrus dressing.
We have another question from Colleen. Do you have any ideas for instant pot recipes using frozen chicken breast?
Well, we have many slow cooker recipes on manitobachicken.ca, and they work great for the Instapot. So if you head over to our website and look under slow cooker, you can use any of those recipes in your Instapot.
Oh, great tip. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Okay. And Gina, you mentioned that chicken is a complete protein. What does that mean?
Well, a complete protein means that it contains all of the essential amino acids. So when you eat chicken, you're getting all those essential amino acids that your body needs for tissue healing and repair, for growth. For all of our cells, we need protein. When you eat some of our plant-based proteins, they don't always have all of the amino acids. So that's often why you'll see recipes that combine beans and rice together. So the beans combined with the whole grain like the rice completes the protein. It's like a puzzle. So the amino acids that beans would be missing are contained in the rice, and when you put them together, you get a complete protein.
But important to know when we're looking at that is if you eat according to the Canada Food Guide plate, and we're having more whole grains and a variety of different proteins, getting those vegetables in there as well, we know that you're going to be getting some of those complementary amino acids, and they don't have to be eaten in the same meal. So don't let that discourage you. That means that if you have maybe a chili with some chicken and some beans at lunch, and then in the afternoon you have a handful of almonds for your snack, those almonds are going to be a nice complementary protein for those beans.
Right, and when you look at that beautiful plate with Canada's new food guide, you can see that there's such a nice variety of foods. And in order to get all the nutrients that our body needs, we really need to eat a variety of foods every day. And I think that there's so many foods shown here that it just gives us great ideas for how to build that healthy, healthy diet.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have a question here from Linda about the food guide. So it doesn't have any measurements, and it just measures portion size. Could you speak to that?
Sure. Do you want to speak to that?
Sure, of course. So the new food guide has gotten rid of the traditional servings, which really looked at those specific portions. So what I like to say is that we got rid of the portions and we're looking at proportion. It's a more user-friendly way to look at the food guide. We're here for our snack. We're focused again, half vegetables, some whole grains, some plant-based proteins. You don't necessarily need to be looking at measuring out all of your food and understanding what serving sizes mean and how many you need. Because instead we're just looking at what our healthy plate looks like.
Right.
We also know that this is very helpful to incorporate many different cultures, because the way that people eat is very different depending on a lot of different factors, depending on culture and other factors as well.
Yeah, and using a plate is a great visual. We always eat with our eyes first, And so I think getting away from having to actually measure and weigh out your food, it just makes it really easy if you think of setting up your plate to make sure that you have that cornerstone, a quarter of your plate protein, another cornerstone are those whole grains, and then plenty of fruits and vegetables, and making water your beverage of choice. So really, in just one fell swoop, by taking a quick look at the food guide, it really pulls it all together.
So it's a really great tool to give Canadians some guidance on how to eat healthy. But we know that if you do have a specific issue, maybe you have a new diagnosis, a specific type of a condition, or you're eating according to a certain dietary pattern that might be maybe a little bit more restrictive, then talking to a dietitian is really going to be your best bet. So you can get that individualized care.
For sure, yeah. Well, we'd really like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been our pleasure to share these two terrific recipes with you, the chicken avocado and melon salad.
And the Mexican bean dip.
Yeah, so thank you very, very much. Certainly, please feel free to share additional questions through the comments. We'd be happy to answer them. And we'd like to thank you very much for tuning in to our Nutrition Month Facebook Live. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.